Hey, it's a two-bell Tuesday. Those are the rules. Tuesday, we ring bells. No matter how we feel about things, the Colts and the Pacers with brutal losses last night. The Hoosiers, they got a win, but it was against a cupcake you're going to win. They did not play a very good second half. Man, what a night. That wasn't fun at all, except for early. Like that first Colts offensive drive, despite the fact that they had two penalties, bing, 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 bing. Phillip Rivers was on point. Jonathan Taylor got some yards. That was a really good first drive. And then from that point on, it was a fait accompli that this game was going to be a loss because that defense could not stop the 49ers at all. Not a single bit. They got a turnover late that might have helped a little bit, but the offense at that point, I think, was gassed, and the offensive line had been exposed. You had four guys playing out of position. You had Danny Pitter at center. You had Gonzalez playing right tackle. You had Jalen Travis at left tackle. Quentin still at that left guard position, and then Tucker at right guard. I mean, what the hell are you going to do? But it's that defense. When we get into the good, the bad, and the ugly of this game, we're going to talk about the defense being bad and ugly because that defense was bad and ugly. And that's 11 guys, all of them bad. And they got to figure it out. They got to have some kind of an internal conversation. They got to look at each of the 11 have to look at themselves in the mirror and say, okay, what the hell kind of a football player am I that I would be a part of that? That's a big thing. That's got to happen. We talk about cleaning house, but the honest to God truth is that if they win out, if they can beat the Jaguars this Sunday, if they can go to Houston and beat the Texans, although both of those possibilities seem remote at this point, really remote, you know what? They could go to the playoffs. So I'm not, you know what? They might give in. They might see this as an absolute train wreck of a season that has got to end as quickly as possible, and 8-9 isn't the worst thing that's ever going to happen in their lives. They still get paychecks, but I'm not looking at it that way. I'm looking at it with the expectations that this team's going to go out and kick the Jaguars' ass on Sunday and then raise hell down in Houston the following Sunday and get this thing righted. And if it doesn't, then there's going to be hell to pay. Then people are going to face consequences, serious consequences that they don't want to face. The Hoosiers last night, really good first half. Terrible second half. Really awful. Second straight game where they've lost to a cupcake in the second half after building a huge lead in the first half. You got to play against the game. You're playing against yourselves and the way you can play to your potential. And if you don't do that, you can never reach your potential in the game of basketball. And Indiana looks like that. And I don't really see any consequences. I know Darren DeVries is yelling at guys, and that's a good thing. I want to see some kind of angst about this, some kind of physical manifestation of angst. Not a guy getting smacked in the head, but let's take away some minutes for some of these guys who continue to play offensively. They don't care about possession of the ball. A lot of these guys defensively, I see a lot of problems. So we'll see what happens. All the cupcakes are gone. It's Washington at Simon Scott Assembly Hall on January 4th. That's the next time we see the Hoosiers. Pacers, really good first half. Then the second half came, and then the fourth quarter. How about this? Outscored 29-13 in the fourth quarter. Yay. Let's talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly while we acknowledge this is Breakfast with Kent for Tuesday, December 23rd, 2025, brought to you by the great people at Today's Dentistry. Dr. Mike O'Neill, the best dentist in the world. He's been my dentist for the last almost 33 years, which is awesome. I've never felt the needle. I never felt pain in the chair. I'm not saying that your experience is going to be exactly like that, but I love going to Dr. Mike O'Neill because I'm going to walk out of his office with a healthier set of teeth. Healthier dental work, healthier body. That's the way it works. Call 317-849-2933. You got a hole in your mouth? he's got a hole in his schedule. Make sure and become a member because that's a great way to support the channel, and I appreciate it. Thanks to everybody who does that, has made that choice. Become a subscriber. Subscriptions, absolutely free. Hit the subscribe button, and you are eligible to win great prizes. All right? Those prizes, I don't know what the hell they're going to be moving forward. We are plumb out of prizes, but we stock on the quick. All right? And we'll take care of that. So, get yourself a subscription. All you have to do is hit that subscribe button and smash the like button. And if you want to make a donation, as Randy just did, make a donation, no big whoop. But make sure and include a comment or a question that elevates the level of discourse on the channel, the good, the bad, and the ugly. All right. Randy says, what did do what Penny Hardaway is doing? Find players. You know, if they're getting paid. You want $1 million plus? Hey, you're going to be held accountable as somebody. That money's coming from someplace. It's not falling out of the damn sky. You're accountable to somebody for the money you get. That's a great point. I like that. It might hurt him recruiting, but who gives a damn? So is Kwity Paye no longer a Colt? Kwity Paye had 2 tackles last night. There you go. That's your defensive end. The good, the bad, and the ugly. And we're trying not to get personal, but we'll get a little bit personal. And Kwity Paye deserves. Like, that guy is as earnest as he can be. But he ain't playing football. Like, I think he's looking toward this next contract. He is not going to be back with the Indianapolis Colts. So I think he's trying to stay healthy. I don't know what he's doing. He's a really earnest guy. But that doesn't help him get sacks, and it doesn't help him get tackles for loss, of which he had one last night. Good for him, not enough. All right, the good. We always start with the good. Philip Rivers was good. Good regardless of his age, level of experience over the last 5 years, none. He's been a high school football coach. He came off the couch, and he's playing like one of the better quarterbacks in the National Football League. Now, when he gets off schedule a little bit and can't throw off his back foot, can't plant, when that pocket's muddy, he isn't so good. He can't get any kind of pace on the ball at all, but every once in a while he completes it anyway. Last night, he was pretty damn good. Kenny Moore, he made plays and appeared to ball out even after things went haywire in that game, which I appreciate. Go make plays. Yeah, guys, this drives me nuts. And they see it on film. Coaches see it on film. We see it live. They see it on film. Guys who kind of run toward the ball but never get to the ball. And sort of, they're standing near where a play was made. It's kind of like, well, hey, I was in the neighborhood. Well, you know what? Kiss my ass, you're in the neighborhood. San Francisco had worse defensive ends than the Colts. I'd agree with that. They didn't get a lot of pressure except up the middle. C.J. West, the Indiana Hoosier, he got to the quarterback last night. He put Phillips on the ground. Alec Pierce last night, 2 touchdown catches. He was really good last night. Late in the game, drew that PI, which was really good. The first drive was efficient despite 2 dead ball penalties, 9 plays, 72 yards. It looked easy again. That's the way this offense operates. When it looks easy, you know what? That's great. But it doesn't always look easy, does it? All right, the bad. We've had enough good. Screw the good. We try to be fair, though. Fair when they win, talking about the bad. Fair when they lose, talking about the good. The bad, Mac and Salvis. You know what? Jumping the dead ball fouls, they are death. You can't get behind the sticks when you've got a quarterback who can't run. It's really hard to go get first downs. Somehow, some way, Philip Rivers overcame 2 of those in that first drive to get that touchdown. That defense looked awful on that first drive, the San Francisco 49er defense. Then somehow or another, they tightened that up. Tanner Bortolini with a concussion. Danny Pinter had what seemed to be a tough night in his stead. You also had JT Tuimoloau with an oblique injury and Drew Ogletree with a neck. It looked like, and this is good news, DeForest Buckner got through that game unscathed. We hope that he did. Tough guy. George Kittle, 7 catches, 115 yards and a touchdown. before his body failed from overuse. I mean, he had to finally go sit down, right? He had some kind of an ankle thing. That guy, if allowed to continue to play, might have wound up with 15 catches and 200 plus yards. Somebody got to cover George Kittle. George Kittle, Christian McCaffrey. Those are the two offensive players you've got to account for when you play against 49ers. And the Colts did an absolutely horrific job of doing that. Amir Abdullah with fumble on the kick return immediately after that beautiful touchdown drive. Things turned right then. Jalen Travis lining up in the backfield. That seems to happen on the regular for this team. I don't understand how you don't know that you're lining up in the backfield. You're just there. Do you not know where you're supposed to be? Do you not know where it's permissible to line up and where it is not permissible to line up? We've seen Travis do it. We see every year. We see Braden Smith do it on the regular. How is that even possible? How is it possible you line up in the backfield and you don't meet the place, you don't get to the place where you're supposed to be not in the backfield, but on the offensive line? I don't understand. And if I don't understand, things are bad. Defense was just manhandled. They were pushed around all night long. That was pathetic. The vibe, that was terrible. It felt like nothing good was going to happen defensively. There's sometimes, like when the Bears play, you think, okay, they got this because something good's going to happen. You have that feel. It's a palpable feel. You can almost grab it with the Chicago Bears. They're going to turn somebody over. They're going to get the football if they need it. They're going to recover an onside kick if they need it. And they did this past week against the Packers. I mean, how does that continue to happen for them? And we know as an absolute fact, it's not going to happen for the Colts. You just have that feel that nobody believes something good is going to happen. Christian McCaffrey, man, that touchdown in the fourth quarter. I don't know whether Zaire Franklin was supposed to have coverage or what, but there was nobody within 15 yards of him when he caught the football, and he just waltzed into the end zone. I don't know how that's possible. Either the players on that team do not understand their jobs, or they're told to do something that leads that kind of openness with the only guy on that team with George Kittle on the bench who can beat you. What the hell is the matter with you people? Right? What the hell is the matter with you people? Toby says it's called hoping for the best, expecting the worst. That's what we do. And that's what we're doing for the rest of this season. No. Yes, there is a reason to not start Anthony Richardson. He can't see. That's a problem for a quarterback. You need to have, in the words of Trask, Mr. Trask, instead of a woman, you need to have untrammeled vision. His vision is quite trammeled. What we'll hear today, it's on me. I have to do a better job preparing the team. That's what he said last night. We already heard it. IU, they won yesterday 81-60. Why would we be pissed off at that? Because the first half, they were up 46-20. In the second half, they got beat 40-35. That's terrible. Siena. How does Siena compete over 20 minutes of basketball in the second half? You know how? They execute possession by possession, and Indiana did not. They're turning the ball over. Nick Dorn, with the basketball, just gets it poked loose from behind. You must prize possession of the basketball. And you need to pressure people defensively. I don't understand what this team's DNA is. They don't play fast. They were going to play fast. Remember, they were going to play fast and shoot early. Where'd that go? I don't understand. We'll see what happens. I mean, the real season starts on January 4th. They got 13 days off. Get this thing righted. If I'm Darren DeVries, kids going home for Christmas, screw you. You're getting paid a hell of a lot of money to play at Indiana University, and you have sucked over the last, 6 games. Sucked. Beaten Penn State, Chicago State, and Siena. That isn't good enough. So we're going to work. Cancel your plans, boys. Period. They need to change the way this team approaches the game. You got to remember, you get what you tolerate. That's what you get. If you tolerate it, you're going to get more of it. Indiana basketball has been all about tolerance of mediocrity over the past now 9-10 years. That's way too long. You cannot be tolerant of mediocrity. Sit guys out, run guys off the team, I don't give a damn. But you got to find 5 guys who are going to play technically sound, fundamentally sound, high-energy basketball, or get bent and get out. I can't take it anymore. Pacers last night, they lose 103-95. They won the first half 61-43. They were up 18 at half. Then they got outscored in the fourth quarter 29-13. Jeez, which is good. They've lost 5 straight. I hope it goes for 15 straight. This team's going nowhere. They're 6-22, 6-23. Worse. Now you got to get it. You got to fall to the bottom as quickly as possible and stay there to maximize your op. And this isn't what they're going to do. They're going to continue to try to play to win, and they should. But for us, I'm rooting for them to lose. I hate that. I mean, we're 29 games in. That means we got 53 games left to watch and survive. And then we get the draft lottery, and hopefully we're all very, very happy about what happens with that. All right, let's celebrate some birthdays, shall we? I don't mean to be dour about things, but Indiana's got to play like they care. And the Pacers, they got to play 4 quarters. And the Colts, that defense has got to go make plays. I don't understand. What are you doing? Let's do the same thing, play after play after play after play, understanding that there's no chance that the result's going to be any different than what we've just experienced. What are we, out of our minds? What are you, idiots? What's the matter with you people? Go play with some passion. I'm telling you, that Pittsburgh game, they played hard. Unsuccessfully, but they played hard. I think playing really, really hard and losing, I think that takes something out of a team. And I think that Pittsburgh game took something out of the Colts. Let's celebrate some birthdays. I know this by heart because it is the 23rd. This is, how do I not have it written down? Does he not publicize his birthday anymore? The great Nick Anson celebrating a birthday. I know his birthday is December 23rd. Went to his 6th birthday party. It was awesome. And Adam Simmons celebrating a birthday. Alex Geiger, Andrew DeBoard, Joseph P. Loy, happy birthday. Gordon Radford, Brett Bowers celebrating a birthday. Happy birthday to the great Brett. Amy Martin McMahon, happy birthday to Amy. And Diane Nichols Hyde, a happy birthday to Diane. If today's your birthday, you celebrate like hell. If it's not your birthday, you celebrate somebody else. That's best done with an honest and specific compliment. Lift each other up, don't pull each other down. And don't give up on these Colts. Continue to hold them accountable. Continue to have expectations up here. And when they fall to here, you get pissed off. And you don't take it out on anybody in your personal life, but you take it out on them. You get mad at them, you yell your ass off at the TV. I know it doesn't make a lot of sense, but it makes me feel better. We'll talk to you on the radio in exactly 6 minutes. It is 7 o'clock on the nut. 6 minutes, we're on the radio. Bloomington's Voice. Download the Bloomington's Voice app. Do it today. And you know what else? We'll be back today. Shane Steichen going to talk to the media. And then we'll Inside Indiana Sports Now. Can't wait. We're still talking about it, and we still care because that's what we do.